What's up, buddy?
Hey, not much. How are you doing? How have you been doing? I can't talk today.
It's okay. I just scarfed down 2 chocolate chip cookies before you got on the call.
Okay, that's good. At least someone's having fun.
So, today is Pokemon Day, and
Yeah.
we had a little Pokemon Presents that had like 2. Yeah, I think it was like 2 announcements that I thought were cool. But it's just a Pokemon themed day, so we figured that we would take the time to rank all of the Pokemon starters. And before we get into it, I just want to take the time to point this out. You pointed it out to me yesterday, and I posted on the socials, but in case anybody didn't see it, last week's episode did have a little bit of an error where the audio just cuts out kind of towards the end. So, yeah. That's just something that we can't fix. So just enjoy the episode until then, if you haven't yet. And everything on this episode should be fine. Hopefully.
Hopefully.
So with that being said, we've got a lot of starters to work our way through here. And if we get through them all, I want to do some Enshrouded talk if we have time, but I don't know if we will. But we're going to start off with number 27. There's 27 starters. Leo, I'm going to let you go first. What do you have for number 27?
Well, since we're doing evolution lines, I'm mostly like noticing like the end results, because when I play the games, to be fair, since I usually do Nuzlocke or just do long runs, the one I'm most staring at is the last stage of the evolution.
Uh-huh.
And in that sense, the one I like the least is, well, Scorbunny, Raboot, and Cinderace. I haven't played the games, but I just don't like the designs.
Okay, so, funnily enough, I'm pretty close to you. My number 27 was Sobble, Drizzle, and Inteleon.
Okay, I'm going to spoil a little bit for you. Those are the next ones for me.
You want to know what's funny? Scorbunny is number 26 for me. So, yeah, we were talking about this before, but you had sent me your list, and I intentionally did not look at it. And it's for this reason, just to see how close we were in the rankings. And I actually have a graphic. I'll send it to you tomorrow. I was going to send it to you, but I forgot. And it's basically, It's got all of the starters with their evolutionary forms and all 9 gens in one graphic.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, and like as I was looking at Gen 8, and I mean really Gen 9 too, there's just Gen 7, 8, and 9 were just not that great for me. And a lot of those forms are pretty low for me. And like Inteleon and Cinderace, that evolutionary line, when I played Sword and Shield, there just wasn't even a chance that I would pick those 2, because I didn't like the designs. I thought they looked kind of like a Scorbunny and Sobble were, both cute Pokemon, but I just did not like their evolutionary form. And that's, like, I don't just rank these based off of the final form. I base, like, all 3 forms. But, like, if there's one that, like, their final forms are so bad that it just drug them both to the very bottom of the list for me.
That's fair. The ones at the top are the ones like I had the most fun like once I was playing the games, but for the ones I haven't played, I can only see like their sign, and it just doesn't do anything for me.
Well, that being said, I'm gonna do my number 25 first. My number 25 was Quaxley, Quaxwell, and Quaxquaval, or whatever the hell you say that.
Well, do you want to know something funny?
Is that yours?
Yes.
That's awesome. And the thing is, that Pokemon would have been lower, but like his starter form was so cute that like I was like, I just can't put him at the bottom.
Yeah, same.
Okay, so I'm gonna let you do your number 24 then.
24. I have Litten, Torracat, and Incineroar.
Okay, so that one actually ranked a lot higher for me.
I know a lot of people like it. I'm just not a big fan.
See, when I played Sun and Moon, I always picked Litten, just because I thought Incineroar was the coolest of the final forms. Decidueye was cool, and Decidueye actually ended up ranking higher than Incineroar on my list. But like, I just always picked Litten, and I couldn't tell you why. I just always liked that evolutionary line, and then plus, he was fun to play, and Incineroar was fun in Smash Bros.
I mean, that's fair. But as far as that goes, I had more fun with I actually liked the line up until Torracat.
Well, yeah, that's fair. I mean, Torracat's really just a bigger cat. There's not really a whole lot of design change there.
Yeah, I'm just like one of those people who are like, I like the Pokemon a little bit better when they try to stay like 4 legs, you know.
Yeah, so my number 24 was Sprigatito, Florigato, and Meowscarada.
That's fair.
Again, like, unfortunately, Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, like, I have Pokemon Violet, no, I have Scarlet. And those games are just, they're just so poorly optimized that, like, I don't really like the evolutionary forms, and I just never was able to fully commit to those games to beat them.
That's fair.
That being said, we're gonna keep this train rolling. My number 23 was Fuecoco, Crocolar, and Skeledirge.
Oh, I have it actually a little bit higher, mostly because I kind of like their designs.
Well,
for me, it's. Oh, go ahead.
See, so Fuecoco was actually the one that I picked for my starter when I did play Pokemon Scarlet. But
yeah.
I don't know. It's just the final design of Skeledirge. It's just like, I don't know. I guess I was wanting, like, I expected more. So when I didn't get it, it really disappointed me.
You know what? That's fair. That is fair.
So what is your number 23?
One that was really hated on its time, during its time, Tepig, Pignite, and Emboar.
Oh damn! I've got that one way higher.
It's just at that point I was really sick of the firefighting starter.
Yeah, yeah, that was the third one in a row.
Yeah.
So
that's also kind of like why I didn't really like Incineroar too much, because it felt like it was just a return to that.
Yeah, that's fair. That's absolutely fair. But wasn't Incineroar Fire Dark?
Yeah, but it looked like a firefighting. Let's face it.
You know what? I'll give it to you. So moving on to 20. Who's your number 22?
22 is Chespin, Quilladin, and Chestnut.
That's my 22.
Damn.
Yeah. Like, the thing about that little evolutionary line is that there's nothing bad, but I don't like it either.
I mean, look, I know we were talking, and I know you like X and Y, but I really don't care too much for their designs.
Okay, but don't you hate on my boy Greninja?
I mean, I have him higher up, but it's still not like it's still not what I would call like peak Pokemon design.
Oh, Greninja is very high for me. I think you're gonna be surprised.
Oh, that's good for you, man, but just not for me. All right, next. Also it was the grass types: Grookey, Thwackey, and Rillaboom, yeah.
Okay, I always said Rillaboom. I don't know if that's right or not.
I'm sure that's right. I haven't played those games yet, so.
So my number 21 was actually Popplio, Brionne, and Primarina.
Oh man, those were my Sun and Moon starters.
Like, don't get me wrong, Popplio is a cute little bastard, and like, I don't really have any thing wrong with Brionne, but Primarina is just one of those where I saw it and I was like, that's not for me. Nothing against it, just not for me.
I just thought it was a nice design. I really liked it, so that's why it's higher for me.
Well, okay. So going on from there, my number 20 was Finnegan, Bryson, and Delphox.
That's fair. That's fair.
What's your number
For
20?
me, Sprigatito, Florigato, and Masquerada.
Yeah, so for me, X and Y was when they really started to open up the kind of because I remember a big thing for me when I got Pokemon Y on the 3DS was one, after you beat the Elite Four, you got to pick another starter, and two, I remember that pretty early on in the game, like after you get your starter, you get to pick one of the Gen 1 starters to add to your team as well. So like those were like two really cool things that I liked about Pokemon X and Y. But I just remember like after I beat the game, like I didn't like Finnegan or Chespin. I only really liked Froakie in that line. So like I was just like, I guess I'll go with Finnegan.
That's fair.
I honestly didn't want to pick any of them, but I was like, I mean, I gotta catch them all. I gotta take one of these little creatures.
Yeah. No, that's completely understandable.
So, going on to your number 19.
Well, since we're talking about X and Y, Fennekin, Brexian, and Delphox.
Oh, nice! So, see, for my number 19, I actually went to the gen before that, and I put Snivy, Servine, and Superior.
You know what's funny? I always going to remember Tanner for that Pokemon.
Sorry, you cut out. What'd you say?
Oh, I'm always going to think of Tanner when I think of those Pokemon.
Isn't that what he picked?
Yeah, that's what he picked. That's why I always remember him when I see them.
Yeah, and see, like, I think I've told the story on this podcast before, but that was, like, one of my biggest gaming regrets, was not, like, jumping onto Black and White when Tanner and Jacob did. Like, I'll always remember driving with them, like, I rode with them to GameStop on, like, the morning the game came out. And they both had their copies, and they were playing it on, like, I'm pretty sure I was driving, and they were playing, and I was like, damn, I could be doing this with them.
Yes, you could have.
But, like, honestly, like, I was looking on the DK... Have you ever heard of DK Oldies?
No.
It's basically a site in the U.S. where they have, like, a bunch of, like, retro gaming things. And, like, they've got, like, a TikTok page where, like, they package up everybody's orders, and, like, I watch it all the time. But, like, I was considering buying a DSi earlier, because they had one for a fairly good price, but ultimately I didn't pull the trigger. But, like, I was thinking about it. I was really thinking about it. And they allegedly getting one of those R4 cards. Allegedly. But yeah, so moving along, that brings us to number 18. Who's your number 18?
Well, here's gonna get a lot of hate, because I'm going back to Gen 1.
Oh, no.
Squirtle, Wartortle, and Blastoise.
You leave him alone!
Hey, I know he has a lot of fans, but he just doesn't do anything for me.
So, fun fact, Squirtle was my first Pokemon ever.
Aww.
Yeah, so that's why Squirtle is pretty high on my list. But, another story I don't think I've told on this podcast. When I was a kid, I want to say I was 5 years old and my parents got me my first Game Boy with Pokemon Blue. And I was stupid because I was 5. And I got to the part where Professor Oak was like, you know, you gotta pick one of these Pokemon, but I was stupid and I wasn't reading. And, like, I got to I was like, oh man, he won't let me leave the building, and there's just these 3 pies on the table.
Pies? Interesting.
They looked, like, to my 5-year-old mind, they looked like pies. So, like, I just walked around this room, and I just saved the game and walked away. And I came back, like, a month later, because somebody's like, hey, yeah, those are Pokeballs, you gotta click on one of them. And after that, I was like, oh, this little turtle guy looks cool, and I just picked him.
That's cute.
So yeah, my number 18 is actually, Grookey, Thwackey, and Rillaboom. Those,
Fair.
that was the Pokemon, that I picked for Sword and Shield. You didn't play Sword and Shield, did you?
No, everything that required a Switch I didn't play.
That's fair. Honestly, you didn't miss out on a whole lot.
I know I didn't. I'm sorry people who like these games, but I know I didn't.
You know what? These these modern Pokemon games are very reflective of what's wrong with society today. These rivals in these new Pokemon games, they love you. They like show up, it's like, hey man, before we battle, let me heal all your Pokemon. Back when we were budding Pokemon trainers, you'd come out of like a 500 battle run, and they'd be like, all right, I'm going to battle you right here and now. No healing items.
Kind of like Blue at the end of the Elite Four.
Yeah, and they didn't heal your Pokemon or anything. They just showed up and they destroyed you. They hated your guts.
That's fair.
Okay, so now we are at number 17. What you got?
You're gonna hate that I put this over Squirtle, but Chikorita Bailey from Meganium.
That's another one that's pretty high for me.
Oh wow! Most people don't like him. I don't mind him, but I think their design's a little bit lacking.
So my thing about Chikorita is I've always loved Chikorita, but then Chikorita having such a big part in the anime, just really put it up to a higher standard for me.
That's fair. I didn't get to watch the anime, so.
I actually found this I found some of my old. The VHS tapes weren't in them, which I was really bummed out about, but I found some of my old VHS Pokemon cassette, like the tape cases. And nice. one of them was the collection of episodes, like where Ash gets Heracross and all that good stuff. Good times. That being said, my number 17 is Litten, Torracat, and Incineroar.
Alright, that's fair.
What's yours?
Alright, for next we have Chimchar, Monferno, and Infernape.
Yeah, see, again, that one's a little bit higher for me. Just because I'm pretty I honestly could not tell you who I picked for, my original run-through of Diamond and Pearl, but I can tell you that, when Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl came out, I'm pretty sure I picked, Chimchar as my starter. I'm pretty sure, I don't know for sure, because those remakes were so uninspired that I kind of just block them out of my memory.
That's fair. But, I picked, that was the first ones I chose when I played those games. But after replaying them a couple times, I just like the other ones better.
I could see that. So, moving on, next we are at number 16.
Well, based solely on design, because honestly I haven't played them, so I don't know how they do. Fuecoco, Crocalor, and Skelleridge.
Okay, so yeah, Fuecoco is adorable. He's easily one of the best Pokemon designs in Scarlet and Violet.
Yeah.
And honestly, that's the shame. Scarlet and Violet does have some good Pokemon designs in its Pokédex. But yeah, like I said earlier, I just really wish that Croconaw, not Croconaw, that's a different Pokemon. Skeledirge, I just wish he had a slightly better design to him.
That's fair.
My number 16 was actually, Rowlet, Dartrix, and Decidueye.
Fair.
The only time I've ever used a Decidueye was when I played, that Pokken tournament game.
Oh, wow.
Did you ever play that one?
No, I never actually got to play Pokken.
See, I only played back in the days when stores had in the in-store game demos. I remember I walked into a Target and they had Pokken tournament set up, and I played it for a little bit, but I never actually owned the game. Although thanks to the Steam Deck, I allegedly could.
Yes, you could.
So that brings us to number 15, and that is actually where I had Tepig, Pignite, and Emboar.
Alright. I mean, if you like him, you like him. I'm not gonna harp on everybody's taste.
Honestly, I just really like the design of Emboar.
I mean, personally, I like Tepig a lot, but the other two just do nothing for me.
Yeah, Tepig's a little cute guy.
Yeah, he is.
So what's your 15?
Froakie, Frogadier, and Greninja.
Alright, a little bit offensive, but I'll let you have it.
I won't talk to you for a couple days.
I'm just gonna walk in my house and look at what's wrong. I was like, he put Greninja at number 15. She doesn't play Pokemon. She'll have no idea what I'm talking about.
Oh, that's beautiful. It's even better.
I'll just walk past and go to the I'll go to the couch in the living room and sulk.
Kick some toys while you're walking.
Yeah. I really love Greninja. We'll talk about it a little bit later, but when Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire came out, I remember the demo let you play as Ash's Greninja. I think it was the demo, and then you could also. It
wasn't a demo. You have to get him through an event.
Okay, that makes sense too. But yeah, I remember having Ash's Greninja, and I thought that the fact that Ash's Greninja was a thing was a little bit silly, but I was all there for it.
Yeah.
So my number 14 moving along is same gen, Turtwig, Grotle, and Torterra.
All right.
I think they had really good designs, but again, I never used those Pokemon, but I want to say that I had to use those Pokemon of Legends Arceus.
All right. I kind of like them because they look like cool turtles. But for my next pick, I have Tanner.
Superior.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, I forgot the joke, and for a split second, I looked at my list and was like, "Where the hell is Tanner?" So, that being said, who do you have for 13?
After that, I have Tortwig, Grotle, and Torterra. After signing Servant.
So continuing with that gen, my number 13 was Piplup, Primplup, and Empoleon.
See, Empoleon is peak.
Again, it's just a lot of times and Gen 1, 2, and 3, I have at least 3 playthroughs in all of those gen. Just not even just because you had the original game, then you had for Gen 1 you had Red, Blue, then you had Yellow, then you had the remake. So in that fashion, I had the first 3 gens, I had 3 playthroughs in all of those. So I got to try out all the starters, but I just didn't really ever I always stuck with either. I always stuck with Chimchar pretty much, and I don't remember the first time I played through Diamond and Pearl when it came out originally. I don't even remember who I picked.
Wow.
But yes. But moving right along, my number 12 is another water type, which is Oshawott, Duat, and Samurott.
Oh, dude, those are so awesome.
Again, never used.
Dude, he was part of my little team for Black and White. I love him so much.
See, what I'm hearing right now is that when I do, because allegedly I downloaded Black and White 1 and 2 before I left work today, allegedly. So what I'm hearing is I'm going to try those 2 starters when I go play through them.
Oh, man.
So you're number 12.
Okay, so where to leave off? Rowlet, Dartrix, and Decidueye.
That's fair. I mean, Decidueye does have a really cool design.
He does.
Was he Grass and Ghost or Grass and Dark?
Grass and Ghost.
Okay, that's what I thought.
A really interesting typing.
Yeah, and at the time, I don't think there was really very many Grass Ghost types.
Oh. No, there was one.
There was that. Was it Trevenant? Was that the other one?
Yeah. Oh, no, 2. Trevenant and Pumpkaboo. And Gourgeist.
Yeah, see, at a certain point, you can start saying names, and I won't know if you're lying to me or not.
Little cute pumpkin Pokemon and the Evil Tree.
Yeah, I like the Evil Tree a lot. So next, what number are we on? 11?
I think so. 1, 2, 3.
Okay,
I didn't put numbers to next. I just had them in order from top to bottom.
Okay, so 11 for me was Chimchar, Monferno, and Infernape.
You know what? That's fair. That's fair.
Because let me tell you,
at least I know I'm going to get a lot of hate for the one I put next.
Mach Punch will take out anybody.
Oh, Mach Punch was... It helps a lot. It's a good priority, too.
Alright, so who's your number 11?
This is the one I'm gonna get a lot of hate for.
Go ahead.
Charmander, Charmeleon, and Charizard.
I hate you. That's worse. That's worse than the Greninja one for me.
Hello? I kind of lost you there.
Can you hear me?
There you go.
Hello? Okay, good. Yeah, what I was saying is, how dare you? That hurts more than Greninja.
I mean, he's cool and everything. I just don't like him that much.
God, how dare you? So we're at the top 10. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna let you go with your number 10 first.
Bulbasaur, Ivysaur, Venusaur.
That is an angry silence. My number 10. My number 10 is actually Mudkip, Marshtomp, and Swampert.
Oh, that was good.
And then
They're really fun Pokemon. Because everybody likes Mudkips.
Yeah, and plus, I really liked his Mega Evolution. Because I remember when Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire was announced and they said there's going to be Mega Evolutions, I remember checking Cerebi.net every day to check out like what were the new Mega Evolutions that got announced. And when I saw theirs, I was really happy. By the way, get rid of these Dynamax, Crystal Terra Raid. Get rid of those. Bring back Mega Evolutions. Those were fun.
Dude, Mega Evolutions were epic. I like them more than anything else I've seen, like design wise at least.
And what I also really appreciate, and there's a lot of ROM hacks that let you permanently keep your Mega Evolutions. So like once they Mega Evolve, they stay in those forms and they don't go back after the battle. And I wish that they would have done that.
Yeah.
So my number 9 was actually Chikorita, Bayleaf, and Meganium.
Hello?
Oh, can you hear me? Leo, I'm calling out from the void.
I think you're going through like a bad patch of...
I'm calling out from the void. Can you hear me,
We'll
Leo?
get better reception in the void.
Can you hear me?
I hear you. I hear you.
Okay, good. I am in a bad area, so that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, so my next one, did you hear my number 9?
Number 9. For my next one is Totodile, Crocodile for Alligator.
My number 9 is same gen, Chikorita, Bayleaf, and Meganium.
Hey, that's fair.
Yeah, Totodile is actually higher on my list because when I got my copy of Pokemon Silver, that's who I picked.
Nice. I was still in the pick the fire starter kind of place when I played that gen.
Hey, I mean everybody went through it. Everybody did it. I don't care who you talk to. Everybody had a fire starter face.
Yeah.
So my number 8 is Bulbasaur, Ivysaur, and Venusaur.
I'm glad to see him that high up.
So what now? Oh yeah, glad to see him that high up.
Yeah. Especially because I keep remembering Venusaur's stoned eyes from Pokemon Colosseum. Pokemon.
See,
Stadium.
Stadium. Yeah, see, as a kid, I never noticed it, but then somebody said, no, go back and look at Venusaur's eyes, and I said, holy crap, how did they get away with this?
I know.
Who's your number 8?
Okay, I think we were just kind of like not taking count of like number, but 8 was Totodile, Crocodile for Alligator.
Oh,
I think we're just not keeping track of the numbers too well.
That's okay. So what's the next one on your list there?
Mudkip, Marshtomp, and Swampert.
Okay, so you know what? Screw these numbers. My next one was actually Totodile, Crocodile for Alligator.
Oh wow!
And they never got Mega Evolutions, did they?
I mean, nothing really happened too much with Gen 2, sadly.
Yeah, that's a crime. Bring back Mega Evolutions.
Dude, I love the concept of Mega Evolutions.
Yeah, and there were some that were insanely cool. Like, I really liked Charizard's X Mega Evolution. Didn't really care for the Y one. I really liked the X one.
Most people didn't.
Didn't like X or didn't like Y?
X. I mean, if I remember right, X was a dragon type, right?
Yeah, the black one.
Don't have to make it about race.
I just want a black Charizard.
Yeah, I know. But no, like they were really. I think they were both really cool. I ended up liking Y a little bit more, mostly because of how useful he is in battle.
Yeah, I remember playing Pokemon Y. Once you Mega Evolved that Charizard into Y form, nothing was outspeeding you almost.
Oh, I was more talking about how fucking hard he hits with Drought and Flamethrower.
Yeah, and also, I remember, speaking of speed, there's a move, I think it's called Flame Charge, that every time you use it, the speed gets higher.
Yeah, that one started with Tepeg. He's the one who was most famous for using that one.
But yeah, like, I just remember, like, that was one of my favorite moves for Charizard and Pokemon Y. So, next up on my list is actually Squirtle, Wartortle, and Blastoise.
You're still mad about that, aren't you?
A little bit. No, you see, not that mad about Squirtle, because I understand it. So what do you have next?
I have Piplup, Prinplup, and Empoleon.
That's fair. They've got good designs. I just never use them.
Also, Water Steel is a hell of a type.
Oh, it was Water Steel?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Very nice. Next on my list was a typing that I did not move up to the top. Well, not to the top, but it did not make my top 5 until I considered regional form, and that is Cyndaquil, Quilava, and Typhlosion. And they ranked that high because I really liked Typhlosion's alternate form and Legends Arceus. You
know what? Funny enough, my next pick is Cyndaquil, Quilava, and Typhlosion.
Hell yeah.
Except I actually like the Johto version a little bit more.
Well, no, like, the Johto version is great, but I picked Cyndaquil as my starter in Legends Arceus, and once I saw the regional form, I was like, this is awesome. I like this Fire Ghost boy.
That's fair.
Okay, so what do you have next?
Wait, what number are you on? Because that was my number. That was my number 5 that I just told you.
Okay, Cyndaquil is number 5 for me too. Okay,
good. Nice tie. It's funny when we coincide.
Yes.
Alright, for number 4, Treecko, Grovyle, and Sceptile.
That is actually my number 3. My number 4 was actually Froakie, Frogadier, and Greninja.
Damn, they make it pretty high up.
Dude, when I tell you I love Greninja as a concept, I loved his moveset, I loved everything about him.
Yeah, that's fair.
But, I mean, looking at Treecko, Grovyle, and Sceptile, what a Pokemon.
Dude, and don't forget the Christmas tree.
The Christmas tree, for sure. And just a grass Pokemon with a level of speed that Sceptile had. And he also, Leaf Blade. Leaf Blade, bro.
Also Earthquake.
Earthquake, too.
Yeah.
He was
dangerous.
Yeah, he was a really good Pokemon to have, and he just had a really cool design to boot.
Yeah.
So, that Treecko, Grovyle, Sceptile, that was my number 3. What's your number 3?
Popplio, Brionne, and Primarina.
Damn. That's high.
I like Primarina. I thought like her design was really cool because I don't know. I kind of like the whole classical opera kind of stuff, and I just had fun. Using it in battle. So yeah, that's mostly why it gets so high.
Yeah, I think it's really interesting how we had how Greninja was so low for you and so high for me, and then that one is so high for you and so low for me.
Yeah, I know.
All right, so moving on to number 2. My number 2 pick was actually Torchic, Kumbaskin, and Blaziken.
Ooh. Well, it's close by for me as well.
So it must be your number one.
It is. Spoilers.
So what's your number two?
Oshawott, Dewott, and Samurott.
Oh, damn. I need to really spend some time with that Pokemon, apparently. I mean...
Dude, one of the few, battles still have recorded from Black and White 2. It has me using them so well. We killed a whole team without even having to bring him out.
Nice. I mean, that's a good Pokemon. Samurott has just a really good design. But that's another one that doesn't have Mega Evolution, huh?
No, it doesn't have Mega Evolution. It has a regional form from what I saw.
Does it really? Does it really?
Yeah.
I played Legends Arceus. I didn't even remember that. Hold on.
It looks pretty similar from what I saw.
Let's see. Samurott Legends Arceus. Okay, yeah. I mean, it's in my defense. It's pretty close to the original one.
Yeah, it is really close to the original. That's why I was like, when I was looking it up, I was like, wait, that's a regional form? I was like, yeah.
It looked like you know what? It looks like just a shiny sprite is what it looks like.
Yeah, it does.
But yeah, Blaziken has always been one of my top Pokemon. I remember he was part of my team in X and Y, and I think that I had gotten the Torchic from an event. There was an event where you get a Torchic from GameStop, I think it was.
Yeah, that was a Speed Boost Torchic.
But yeah, having Blaziken in my team made the game a lot easier. That's probably why I blazed through X and Y, because I had the starter, I had Charizard, and I had Blaziken in my team. Plus his Mega Evolution was pretty cool. Sky Uppercut
cool.
all day. Sky Uppercut all day, every day.
Oh yeah.
Close Combat, another great move.
I was gonna say Blaze Kick.
Blaze Kick, that's an all timer. Blaziken just has some really good moves, and that's why it's Gen 3. I think Gen 3 is probably my favorite when it comes to starters, because there's really not a wrong choice.
Yeah, no, definitely. It's definitely my favorite gen. Also, its Mega Evolution was so awesome.
Yes, it had a great Mega Evolution. But yeah, I mean, that also leads into, obviously my number one is Charizard. Charizard's not only always been my favorite starter, he's always close to my top Pokemon of all time. I don't care how overdone it is. Every time I see a Charizard in a game, I pop off.
And that's why you're so insulted by me.
Yeah, it's so insulted. And even, Sword and Shield did not like it. Did not like the Dynamax, all of that, did not like. I appreciated that the champion's main Pokemon was a Charizard. I liked that Ash, to finally become a Pokemon Master, he had to defeat a Charizard. And plus he's got not one, but 2 Mega Evolutions. And
yes, he does.
Speaking of Mega Evolutions, I always really appreciated that one anime, I think it was Pokemon Origins, the anime series where it was following Red, not Ash. I always respected that they retroactively gave him Mega Evolution in Gen 1 and had Charizard X fight Mewtwo.
Which was real. It was just an awesome fight.
Oh yeah, and at first it's they didn't have that in Gen 1, but then it's I don't care, this is awesome.
It's worth it. It's just worth it.
Absolutely worth it. And with that, our Pokemon ranking is complete.
Feel free to send all your hate comments to Doug.
You can send them to me, but I won't answer them. So, before we end the episode, I want to talk about Enshrouded for a little bit. I have put...
Yeah, go for it.
I have put over, about 3.5 pages into my review so far. I plan on adding to the review later. But because I started playing multiplayer. I still have a lot of things to explore out into the open world, but I've played enough of the game to give a review for it. But I'm gonna put this is a review in progress. There will be more added to the review as the game is updated and as I get to play it more. But tomorrow I start my review for Pacific Drive. I've got to get through some other ones, and so I saw that you were actually playing Enshrouded before we started, when we started recording. So what do you have? What's your journey in Enshrouded right now?
Well, I built a fortress.
Yeah.
Because you gave me building tools. I have to build something.
Exactly. Yes.
And I just found the blacksmith.
Okay, so I actually happened upon a little bit of a gold mine. When I did, I play my review games during my lunch break, and I was going to a certain spot on the map, and on my way there, I found a little. It's kind of like a. What's the word I'm looking for? It's a big farm, basically. And, I don't know if there's actual farming in the game. I know there is a farmer, but so far I'm just growing trees. But, I saw the farmland, and then I looked over, and I saw this big, looks like a plantation house almost. It's, that kind of size. And I was like, I wonder if I could put a flame altar in there. And I walked in the big house, I killed everything in it, and then it would let me put a flame altar down. So I made that. That's going to be my main base from now on. Because I had this giant house that I just patched up all the holes in it. It's fully furnished. I've got a basement. It's got stairs from the outside, and I just want to walk straight into the basement. I replaced all the doors, and now if there is farming, I've got pre-tilled farmland.
Damn.
It even has a moat.
Ooh, a moat.
Yes, there's no water in the moat, but it's there.
To be fair, I am making a moat for mine, so...
if let me find out there's a way to dump water, and I will put water in that moat.
Yeah, that makes two of us, because I was actually like, you know what, my castle needs a moat. So I started just making holes around my castle.
Yeah, see, most of the time in my outposts, I haven't really put that much time into building up each individual outpost. It's more or less just let me put a flame altar here, so if I die, I can spawn back here.
I don't have to walk as much.
Yeah, and by the way, I did have a moment on, I think it was Saturday night, where Emily has been playing through the most recent Tomb Raider trilogy, and she actually beat the last one last night, and she's starting Uncharted today.
Nice, those are fun games.
Yes. She has never played any of the Uncharted games, so it's all a completely new experience for her. So there's a part in Rise of the Tomb Raider where you have to be underneath the ice, and there are these holes that you have to come up through, and there is just an entire squadron of fully armed, fully armored guys to kill, and this is insanely badly designed part of this game, because the game tells you to take out the first guy silently, and you do, but no matter what you do, they notice that you take this guy into the water, and once they have a beat on you, they do not lose you. It does not matter how long you stay under the water, they do not lose where you are. They just always know where you are.
Oh, I know what they're talking about.
Yeah. Oh, did you play it? I know
what you're talking about. Oh, I beat the Tomb Raider, the latest Tomb Raider trilogy.
Yeah, so I was she gave me the controller and she's like, "Please do this," and I was so frustrated. Finally, what I ended up doing is cheesing it, where I would just wait on the edge of the hole, underneath the ice, and whenever somebody would come up, I would grab them and then wait for them to back up just a little bit, and then grab the next person. And since I was on the edge of the ice, they couldn't get to me, so I just did that until they were all dead. But by the time I got there, I was so mad. And then, have you just been focused on the building, have you gone into any shrouded sections yet?
I mean, a little bit, just because I saw I could get some stuff there.
Okay, so in other shrouded sections, there are these little patches of red. It's basically this red water, and if you so much as touch it, it will instantly zap the amount of time you can stay in the shrouded section. So, like, touching it for, like, 1 to 2 seconds, you will die.
Wow. That's fair.
So, the game never tells you this. So, like, I was just like, I wonder if that's, like, something that I can, like, harvest. Because, like, everything else you can harvest in the shrouded sections.
Yeah.
So, I went to harvest, immediately died. And have you died yet either?
What?
Have you died yet?
Oh, yeah, a couple times.
Okay, so you know that when you die, you have to go back to your to where you died to get your stuff back. So,
You have to go back, return, get your materials back.
Yeah, so I died there, and every time I would get back to where my body was, something would happen to where I would die again, or I would get lost and couldn't find my way out in time, and I would die.
Yeah.
But, so, I had done all of that before the Tomb Raider thing. So, like, I put the game down, I was like, this is good. This is good. I'm playing Tomb Raider, I can kind of forget about Enshrouded for a second. But then I went back after doing all that stuff with Rise of the Tomb Raider, and I got to my stuff, I was right by a cliff that, like, dropped off into the red water, and there are these little bugs that come out of the ground. They're
Dude,
little.
I couldn't understand the word you said since you're going through another bad section.
Can you understand me now?
Okay, I can hear you now.
Okay, good. So I got to, after Tomb Raider stuff, I got back to where I died, and
Yeah.
there are these little bugs in the shrouded sections that, like, pop up from underneath the ground that you can literally kill them with one hit. But because it's, like, it came out of the ground, like, right where I was, so it knocked me off the cliff when it came out of the ground, and I fell into the water again. And I literally got so mad, I threw my Steam Deck across the couch. I said, screw this game, I'm done! I'm not doing it anymore!
That's why you did that.
Yeah, and you had messaged me, like, hey, you can join me if you want. And I was like, I'm not joining anybody!
I was so sad because I was like, oh man, this is like a chance to play with my buddy.
I literally went to bed, I was so mad. I was like, I gotta get up early in the morning anyway. I don't want to play this stupid game.
Oh, that explains the silence.
But, I mean, just to test on how good the game is, the next day I was like, I gotta keep playing Enshrouded.
That's pretty damn good.
But yeah, all that being said, I'm actually about to get to my destination, so that is where we are going to wrap up this episode. I hope you enjoyed the ranking of the Pokemon, and we will see you guys next time. Thanks for joining me, buddy.
Thanks for having me, dude. Be talking.